Yep, I'm live.
Blah, blah, blah. All right, guys, we're here at the Iowa Deer Classic, the big buck contest. We kind of just trying to decide when we were going to do it because the contest awards is at 2 o'clock, I think. So people are coming and going, but the leaderboards we believe are fine. So it's like 12, a little after 12. So Shane Ingerbro's a shed guy here all the way from Buffalo County, and we're going to kind of highlight the top three. There's great sheds that have been entered, but the top three, typical match set, non-typical singles, stuff like that. So.
Now this is the leaderboard for the match non-typicals right now, and some really, really good stuff that's coming in. Great triple beam shed there, it's over 100 inches.
Oh, right there.
And then double flyer shed here, it's very spectacular.
That's what they're saying. That deer only had 21-inch beams, but and that's net. You know, obviously without the spread. So you got to figure most of these probably got 15 to 20 inch inside spreads to add to that.
And I believe this side was 105 on the phone.
Oh wow!
And a really, really massive 90-inch antler. Old deer. Unbelievable brow time, 106-inch side.
That one's got a little age on it.
Yeah, that one's been around for a long time. And this here is a recent.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Hey, have a good one.
106-inch triple beam.
That deer, I mean, I'm not saying he looks young in his mask, but he probably is.
Yeah, he probably is a young buck.
That could be that's a future benefit.
And some great match sets.
These are
Big
my favorite,
typicals.
you know, just it's such a rare deer. Yeah.
Big mass, that's another old deer.
Heck yeah.
And some great singles. This is a really big 5-point that we just picked up. 83 inch. 5 inches.
Yeah, 21, yeah.
Another good set here. Beautiful 6x5. A lot of good stuff coming in. Like I said, some guys have been picking up things already, but it's been a lot of good antler coming in.
Good deer. Well, also, one of the real highlights, it hasn't always been here, but we got the record shed antler collection. It's owned by 3 or 4 guys, but we did a live on that last year, so if you haven't seen that, we'll try to relink it down below or something. But this is maybe the greatest collection. Well, it is the greatest collection of shed antlers in the world, but it's probably more impressive than the racks just because it's a lot of states. How many different states?
We brought a little bit from everywhere. We've got stuff from probably 6 states and 2 provinces.
Yeah. We did a peek in it, and there's some sheds that were not there last year. We'll take a look at them. I won't get behind this curtain. It makes me too nervous because I know what this collection is worth.
This is a set we didn't have here last year. This is a set from Illinois, actually Chicago area. But this is actually the world record main beam. It's got a 33-inch main beam.
The longest main beam in history?
Yep.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so this deer, this would be the world record 5-point side had it not had this small drop time. It's a 99-inch 5-point frame, which is just unheard of.
It's from Chicago?
Yeah. Yep, that was a city deer. And this is the deer, the next year. This is a former world record 5-point. It's number 2 in the program.
Same buck, you said?
Yep, the following year. This is Morrison sheds. They lay right next to each other. They're from Saskatchewan. They gross in the 250s. This side's 125 inches on its own.
They look like Saskatchewan, that dark chocolate
really
color.
dark chocolate. The Harkin sheds.
Those are new, aren't they?
Yeah,
Those weren't here last year.
No, this is Ohio buck. This is one of the heaviest sets of sheds in the world. They weigh at 10 pounds. This side's 5 pounds exactly.
That had to be a 300-pound animal.
Yeah, it was a giant deer.
Jeez. But we didn't get here.
The Mulhern cat, these are from southern Minnesota. This is the 6th largest set in the world.
6th largest in the world. Wow. And it's 237?
237 net without a spread.
Without a spread.
Yeah, so it grows in the 260s. But the brow tines are just incredible on it.
Pretty clean too, doesn't look like any broken.
No.
So that's a picket fence, right?
That's one of the biggest steel frames in the world.
And it's from Iowa. 2002. These are new.
Yep, that came out of Kansas. She was harvested next year, and that's $295.
Look at this velvet still on these. Not on that drop, but that other one. That is so impressive. That's the bucket list point I want to get.
We actually got the world record.
All on the same.
That's actually the brow time. It's 17 4/8, and the drop time's 18 inches. That's an Ohio antler. There's actually a YouTube video that's pretty well known of that deer when it was in velvet, and it was right by the Ohio Turnpike, and you can see the traffic in the background, and he's got this antler on his head.
Did that deer ever die? Up to 100?
Disappeared. They believe it probably got hit by a car. The other side's never surfaced. We don't know. Someone's got it. These are Alberta. These are the sheds off of the Helgi Emonson buck.
He was on the cover of North American White.
Yes. Yep.
Real massive, kind of palmated deer.
Yeah, it resembles the hole in the horn buck.
Yeah.
This side's 147 inches, and it's missing, we figured, probably 20 plus inches. It was broomed off on the drop tines.
But he wasn't groomed the following year, though.
No, he wasn't.
Look at that drop on that set paddle. It's like a caribou.
This is a recent acquisition. This is a 241 inch set from Illinois. This side has a 100-inch typical frame. It's Gerald Schaffner sheds.
Oh, wow. Most of the deer in this collection, they don't really have broken points. They're just super special deer that scored a lot. Look at that. Those just are amazing. Those are amazing. Laying down, picking up.
These are known as the Murphy sheds. This side was picked up by Lee Murphy. And this was in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. Another urban deer was eating out of ladies' bird feeders, and there's quite a few live birds. And I believe there's 4 sets of sheds in one single of this one. They figured it was 11 years old. So that's one of the best flyers you'll ever see.
Turkey foot looking thing. How about that teaser on this one? You got a live photo of that thing?
Yeah, there he is right there. I actually do have a picture of him in a bird feeder, yeah.
And that was in the city limits? Or?
In the Twin Cities in Minnesota, yep. This is known as the border brute. That's one of the biggest 5-point frames in the world. It's 98 and 2 inches on a 5-point frame. The G2 and G3 are both 16 and a half.
How long's that beam?
The beam's 29 on the nose, yep. And that's the deer when it was killed the following year. And we've actually got 3 sets and another single off this deer. 2 years prior to this, he was a 4-point side. He had an 18-inch G2, which is the longest time ever measured.
Longest time. When he was killed?
2 years previous. Yep. Wow. Yep, and there's 2 singles, and then we also have 3 sets on the same buck.
Of course, I remember that guy.
So yeah, the Brian Andrews shed.
Which the deer is still nowhere, nobody
Yeah,
knows.
stolen and disappeared. But
Black
this is
Monday
in
year
the
before.
Yeah, former state record. Iowa archery, non-typical.
Oh, I got tons of 40 or something he was killed.
Iowa Phantom.
Oh my gosh.
This is 2 years of sheds off the buck and was harvested the next year. This is a set that Gene Barry Wenzel worked on for quite a while, and the buck vanished, and they didn't realize till years later.
He's 208 right there without a spread.
Yes, without a spread, and he broke quite a bit off here. The year
4,
before,
5 drop times.
He would have had something similar here that he does here.
Now this is the year.
This is the year before this one.
Oh wow.
So this side's 121 inches, and it's probably got 20 plus inches.
Do you know whatever happened to that buck?
It was killed the following year.
It was.
Yep.
I remember seeing that picture right there, but I didn't. You know, you don't have those. Those are awesome.
And Big John, this is the world record 8-pointer. He actually grosses 191 inches as a 4x4. And then this set, the weathered antler and the one with the drop tine is in the following year, and then he was killed the year after that. Loan starting to go downhill. He was killed. And then this is a new set. This was a recent pickup from last spring in Kansas. Wow. This also has, with a broken brow, it still has a 100-inch typical frame.
That is impressive. Well, we appreciate your knowledge on it, man. We're going to move over to the deer.
Hey,
thanks a lot.
yeah, it was a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, guys. Now we're going to get into the deer. Now, all these deer on this wall were killed this year. And like I said earlier, I think the leaderboard is current. Cam, this is the deer, Iowa deer history expert. I mean,
Oh, we give it a shot.
so he's gonna guide us through. But I just met this guy in the bathroom, Clint Foster.
That's a nice deal.
Beautiful, net typical booner, 175 inches. Gross 189.
I think they were saying 319 came through the door on deer score this weekend, 164. Friday night, it was really busy Friday night, which is unusual.
What's your guess on those? If 319 came through the door, how many of those net boon?
All-time boon, I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Over 30.
He'll probably have that on his Facebook page by the
See,
way.
I couldn't base off the
Crazy.
leaderboard. I couldn't base off the leaderboard numbers because there's some deer on the wall here that make boon that aren't even on the leaderboard.
Right.
So 30, between 30 and 40.
Yeah, the top three deer. Now some of the muzzleloaders, archery have five spaces. These have three. But and I'm not a huge net guy, but that's the requirements to get into BNC. So I do like to know what some of the typicals net.
Yeah. Big one there is super buck scored it Friday evening. Shot it day after Christmas. Yeah. Giant.
So top three deer on the muzzleloader. Typical are all net booners. Tyler not. I know that kid. Good
This
boy.
is a great buck here. It came in. It's 13 inches wide.
13. Look at the mass.
This big 209 right here. Muzzleloader.
I love that frame on that guy. Deer's got to be 25, 26 inches wide.
25. That deer was 25 wide out of Western Iowa. This one, yep.
It looks like a Western Iowa deer.
Yep.
Giant haircut firearm, typical.
Pretty strong. It's good.
Yeah. Three of the top five are net boon. Firearm non-typical. I love that mount right there. I don't know who mounted that deer, but
They
it
just got it done. They just got it done a couple days ago.
I mean, that's a huge. That's probably the biggest form I've ever seen. They probably had to mold that
He
to
was
make it look
he was
like
worried about getting the mount done for the show. He kept messaging me. I scored for it before the show. And I said, I'm gonna get it done for the show.
So-
he said this is like this. It's just a natural like cowlick on the deer. Yeah.
So not all these deer were scored here. Like some of these deer you've already scored, but they bring their
Ran a
certificate.
score sheet just to prove that it's scored. Yep. Done it that way. It kind of helped us because it would have been more work for us to do.
Yeah, right. No
I mean,
sense. If they
Some of these big ones take a while to score. I mean, it's got all this extra stuff and it's got some.
Yeah, that one will take me.
A second. Yeah.
Bad.
His brother shot a 209 off the same farm 4 years earlier.
Okay, that's
It's
what
his deer is on the Hall of Fame wall right over there. Family farm shot, both of them came off there. Two brothers shot two 200s. Not too
We're kind of friends with me, right? Now this, the archery, that's kind of where I guess you'd say this is the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
That's where,
Yeah.
if you're an archery hunter, that's where you want to be. I'll be honest with you, first seen that deer coming head on, and that frame and length on that deer is about as impressive as it gets. And that just goes to show you, you know, when everybody says nets are deficient, you know, gross 195, net 172, but still just an awesome animal.
Gross is what you see, and that's what you get.
That's right.
That's just how it's.
It is. That's the
I don't.
rule,
I don't make the rules up. That's just how it
No.
works.
All five of the archery typical, top five, are all net boons.
Two of them didn't make it. That fifth would have been 6th and 7th
We're
place.
over here. So we had seven.
One kid didn't even enter. He brought his buck up.
This is our buddy Mark Luster's deer. We know him from the Drury Outdoors Day. You scored that deer right at the 60 days, didn't you?
I did. Scored
And
a
that
green,
deer
scored a
is
green, and scored a dry.
top 10 all time Iowa. Or,
Should be like 10 or 12 all time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long was his beam?
27. 27 and 8th, I believe. 13-1 on G2s.
You know, I always say
Big mass all the way out. Over 40 inches.
27, 28 inch booms. We call those boomer beams.
Yeah, for sure.
Good mount right here.
Yeah. Ty Duncan mounted that. October the 4th. Yeah.
Inside times.
I scored that one for that kid too. A lot of these big ones, they gave me a heck of a score. They scored all the big ones already. They got a hold of me. I didn't seek them out. They got a hold of me. I said, sure, I would come went over to his house and scored it. That one took a minute to make it. He's got some funky stuff.
Yeah,
Like that turkey foot. Yeah, I had to send pictures of Boone and Crockett and make sure it was, you know.
Look at that. Yeah,
like
you see the turkey foot a lot, but he got 4.
Yeah. Yeah. Little dude.
I love that. Beans going out.
They just got those screwed out today.
189. Pretty looks like Joe needed.
I think he's 23 inside, he said. 23, yeah.
Okay, that's the archery non-typical leaderboard, and you got 4. Oh, all 5.
All 5. Both.
You don't see that every year.
No. They're pretty stacked. These are pretty strong.
Solid year.
Yeah.
And we realize that not everybody, brings all their gear to the class.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you want to, that's what it's here for.
Yeah.
Get a little bragging rights.
Yeah.
Dave, you've entered, 2 of them? 2 or 3 over the years?
That one gave me the most problems.
Oh, yeah. My dad seen that one earlier. He's like, I wouldn't want to score that.
We got about 8 or 10 of the measures of painting on that one because it was just a nightmare to dissect.
Yeah, the brows, that right brow
This
looks like a
side
bean.
didn't give it a brow on this side.
It did not. It's a bean.
Yep, it comes off the bone.
Yeah, no, I saw it on Facebook.
From the back, you can see a lot more, a lot better. You can see it off the back. 85 inches abnormal points on that
So
one.
that's why he's 19 years less. 21 years.
Yeah. Broken beam, the side that we call the tip of the frames on that broken beam on the side. Say he lost. He showed me a truck and picture. He lost about 14 inches on that broken beam.
I think I remember seeing a picture of that here on social media.
I did. I picked it up at first and I set it on the table. I was like, it's familiar. Then I was like, oh yeah, that's actually. Sometimes you see in person from pictures, it's different. Like,
I enjoy some of just the amount, the taxidermy work on a lot of these too. Double throat patch, one of my favorites.
that's a really cool mount. I mean,
And deer's got that old sleepy mature eyes.
Yeah,
Shotgun.
pretty good box.
Crossbow, typical, non-typical, got 2 doors on the non-typical.
I think the board is really strong this year. So we get down here to youth. Once you see these numbers, it's
Now this is a deadhead found, right?
yes, yeah.
Madison County, so just south of here.
I scored that at Wade Saman's over his taxidermy studio, and it's in Boone Crockett. And that one took a minute to score. I scored that before the summer. Then Shane Enderberg down
So
there.
they found him
painted-
early?
Yeah, he painted it off. And,
Okay, I thought
it was white. It was white when I scored it, and he wanted to get it all done before he brought it back.
Okay, I thought they had found it this year, but it was the prior season.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez, he still doesn't have any good points, man.
They about ran him over with a bush hog.
Oh, really?
He's laying there and close to that rack, not even.
Rose 250. I wonder if they knew about that. Was that deer they were hunting?
Oh yeah, those choking pictures. Been out of that deer. Yeah, several people were on that
Yeah,
deer.
you can't hide a 258.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's historical. The historical is just typically deer that have never been scored or entered into the contest.
2 years prior, they can be back.
2 years.
I mean, that can be from, let's see, I believe that's all. Don't quote me on that. I know
So
on the
19,
spot.
20, and 21.
Or
2 years
anything.
prior to this year.
Yeah. Okay. I believe that's how that works. There's a sign out there on the where you bring your deer in, how the historical works.
Oh, there will not be an award ceremony
Yeah.
this year. That's a bummer.
This is the award ceremony.
Yeah, here it is, live. You got Cam as the host.
2021 Iowa Deer Classic. This deer's impressive.
Oh, yeah.
29 on the bees. That's the biggest typical.
Yeah, I
deer.
noticed that one yesterday.
Yeah.
I had 5 inches.
I gave Mark Luster some heck last night. We went out eating.
Oh, he beat Mark?
That one beat Mark's overall.
Okay.
Biggest typical here at the show. 87.7.
Yeah, you
10-year-old girl shot that.
Really?
During the first or second shot yet?
I was not easily.
No, oh no.
He's clean as a whistle, too.
He's barely 6 by 5.
And G2's got to be pushing, what, 15?
He's up there.
I think I really see it. Okay. It seems like most of the youth kids are that early season.
This one was early season as well.
Now this is one of my favorite deer of the show right here.
I didn't recognize it until it came in. It was on the table, and like again, you can see it in person. You're like, oh, okay, that's how they're. That's a both of these are pretty stacked boards.
Absolutely, all six are
six.
net bow.
Big numbers on those. I don't see that very often at all.
When I see those, I'm like, those kids have got some unselfish parents here. Those giants.
Yeah. Good deer.
Now I did wish we had brought my mother's deer. I thought hers would score in the 160s. So I hope my mom doesn't watch this video.
Oh, man.
She did it in 160s.
Sure brought it.
But we can do it on the. It wouldn't. I don't think it would. It was gross 172. I don't think it would have netted.
Oh, really?
It wouldn't have netted Boone for sure. But I think he would. Me and Kyle figured he's low 160s or something.
Really? This deer scores really well from barely how many brow times. That's tremendous timing all the way through. Just black on the brows, which deer's.
Cool drop, man. I love that. I love the velvet on the drop. You just don't see it much, but when you do, it's just super special.
And that's about the end of the leaderboards.
End of the leaderboard, yeah.
Ladies archer typical, that's a pretty good wall. They got those numbers backwards, of course. 150 is below 146, but.
Yeah, right, yeah. They better change that. Jenny's gonna be mad. Yeah, and then we got a whole nother wall. We'll go down through here. I do want to show them my favorite buck all the time. I think that's you always post that one. It's my favorite buck.
You always comments on
It was
that.
killed the same year.
I've always said I was gonna make a video this morning. I've always said you can take 100 people in this room that know nothing about deer, and they'll walk by and there's gonna be one or two deer stand out over here.
That year is year I think the Lions was as big as that was
2008. 2008 was a magic year. 2008 was real strong. 12 was real strong.
And these were deer that didn't make the leaderboard. Now, there are some wall of fame over here, but these are ones that just didn't quite make the top 3, top 5.
And there's some dudes scattered in here that I'm going to have to go through all my pictures and be like, well, this one. So that's why I think.
Geez, that's impressive. The points look super sharp. It's like really
I was making sure.
They're great people.
Yeah, that's a super buck. I was making sure that they still had the deer here. There's the two standouts. I mean, these are all standouts on the Wall of Fame.
Right, yeah.
But there's two that really stand out.
Tyler's buck. 230, killed 228. Some of these you can tell are older now. 94. 94.
This is an old Iowa State record. It went up that much over here. So since 1994, it's went from 246 and 7/8 to 288 and 4/8.
That may have been the buck the gentleman was talking about earlier.
That was the one-time Iowa record.
Yeah.
Non-typical.
His neighbor killed. Yeah, we met the guy that
Russ
he knew
Clark,
about that deer.
Yep.
This is one of my
That
favorite
much.
favorite
Yeah,
deer
for sure.
ever. Mark Lewis, Montgomery County shotgun. Just the bases on that deer.
7'2" and 6'4", I believe, on the.
And that's the smallest measurement. If you
Yes.
measure down here at the bottom, it's got to
Yep.
be 10.
Yep.
That deer is impressive.
Not to maybe cheat to tell you exactly what the base is, the age is, but I know they're not 8. I can tell you real quick on the
I would lose money on that because I would guess they're bigger than that. Because my eyes
6'2" and 7'4". I was right. 6'2" and 7'4", and the 29-inch main beams.
That's 194.
Yeah. Gross 202 on the tip of this clean 10. Super box. One of the favorites. Everybody talks about that deer and people roast it just because of the.
I love that one. I love that one. Man, I hope it's still, yeah, it's here.
Yeah, it's still here.
There's a lady, right?
Girl.
Patty, yeah.
Yeah.
Just looks like Goliath.
Yeah, this is a deer I've said you could put 100 people in this room, they walk by.
He's got it all.
99 of them are picking that.
Mass,
The biggest
width,
deer in here. Yeah.
con length.
And they'd have to know nothing about deer or scored, anything. That would say, this one's the biggest. Of every deer, I would say in this room right now, I would probably say that one.
I'm glad they always bring it back because
Yeah.
that's a pain for them. But
Yeah.
we really appreciate the people that make this wall great. Keep bringing them back because I know that's a lot of work.
26 inside on the pec, 30 and 31-inch beams.
What do you gross?
240s on the gross.
It was a shotgun.
Shotgun. 18-year-old girl shot it.
8 to G.
Yep. I'm thinking 242, 244 on the gross.
I believe it. You know, maybe a swing or two chip on the side of the
This
flyer.
is an incredible deer.
I'll never forget the year that one showed up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some big ones still.
Yeah, there's some good ones over here still too.
185. Oh, it's a working class bow hunter.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I like this deer right here.
Yeah. It's like, like windswept. Look at it bent up like a bow or something. Very cool. Yeah.
A lot of triple beams this year, you know.
A lot of trouble from someone here to come in.
Yeah.
They couldn't keep it easy.
Did you guys see the big 6 point that came in? Is it right here?
Back there, it's 143.
6 point? It's like a clean 6. He likes a big 6.
It's a
241 from there. One more here. Is it a historical book or this year? Yeah, we didn't look at that back wall. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't see that.
6 point. Pretty good for a 6 point. You don't see
That's a
many
dream
6 points
deer
out
right there. It takes so
There are some bigger, but you don't see them much of 6 point to get that type of.
down too.
Yeah, 143 gross. Pretty good. Pretty good for a 6.
Most of your best scoring 6 points of all time are like 8s that the browser broken or something.
Yeah.
It's a true 6.
That's true 6 and super baby 6.
We got a couple more good ones right here. You guys, this is why they call this the greatest show on earth. And I can promise you, if you're a deer fanatic or love deer, you have to visit the Iowa Deer Classic. It's unbelievable. Come upstairs to Big Buck Classic. It's a highlight of our year, and those highlight this guy's year. He's like
fun.
He's a walking Boone Crockett historian.
A little rusty sometimes. Sometimes I gotta cheat and then look at the phone.
But it's pretty cool, so we wanted to bring you guys that. But thanks for following along, and you want to see any particular buck or something, just message us, and we got the pic of it on our phone or something. So, thanks for following along, and we'll see y'all soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I appreciate it.
Good tour, all that knowledge right there, man.
Hey, how do I
Realize
save this?
about all- like
You
I
what?
said, I didn't
I
say
was
it.
How does
gonna
it- how do
do
you
a
do?
video like that earlier. I'm glad you guys did because I was like, man, I need somebody to hold my camera. I was gonna do it before it got crowded this morning.
Oh, yeah.
But like, man, I don't know if something else to show maybe or that's pretty cool. You put it on your Instagram or your
All of
you're gonna put it on YouTube also?
already there
Oh, cool.
on all three of them.
Cool. I'll have to see.
It ain't. It will be when he punches that. It's on
Cool.
YouTube and Instagram.
YouTube's still going.
I'll run all the numbers best I can probably tomorrow night. I've got a master copy sheet, but I take pictures.
I know, but just store that in your head.
Oh, of the deer, yeah. I don't get it sometimes. I wish I could have done that good in school and stuff.
Selective memory.
Yeah.
That's I know.
Somebody always told me.